Men, do not be doing anything for any girl.
Do you think it's because you're a pretty girl and that's why people want to talk to you? You must be lucky.
What draws the line for you?
This is the first time an interview asked me a question, but this is my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
We're here in Miami, Brickell, doing interviews in the streets. We're asking people amazing questions to inspire you guys, to inspire the youth. So support this channel, subscribe to the channel, like and comment. If you want some questions that you want us to ask in the streets, let us know. Let's go.
I'm from Switzerland.
You're from Switzerland?
So I just came here and it was just like, I was like, what can I do?
How long have you been living in America?
4 years.
So you came here just for school?
Yeah.
Awesome. So how is life different in Switzerland compared to America?
People here are honestly like a lot nicer. Like if you get in Ubers, they'll talk to you. They don't talk to you in Switzerland. Like
Really?
Yeah, everyone's like mad.
Interesting. So when you meet people in Miami, how are they so open? Because when I'm from New York,
Yeah.
and New York and Miami, people are like just assholes sometimes. So how do you
Yeah.
experience that warmth from other people?
In Miami, you mean? I just mean like people want to ask you a lot more questions, are a lot more interested in like what you're doing, how you are. Switzerland, they don't care. Like it's very like French.
Do you think it's because you're a pretty girl and that's why people want to talk to you?
I don't know. I feel like they're nice to everyone though, are they not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You must be lucky. If someone made a decision to live in Switzerland at 23 years old, what should they be ready for?
Not much. There's honestly not a lot to do, but it's a gorgeous place. So everyone should visit, but I think living there is a bit, unless you're like into banking or you love chocolate, there's no point. You have to understand that it's not going to be as fast paced as it is here. Like there's a lot less to do, but I mean it's so pretty. So you'll be going skiing on walks. Like there's a lot more like scenery things to do there. But when it comes to like social life, you won't really have a big social life. But when I'm older, I'd be down to go back to Switzerland.
Really? So to settle down with a family, you would pick Switzerland?
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. One last question. What has been the toughest challenge while living in Miami in the past 4 years?
Oh God. Just being away from family, I guess, because it's a really long flight to go home. So just like figuring it out by myself, kind of. But I've loved Miami so far. I've had no complaints.
How long have you guys been together?
5 years.
5 years. And what has been the most challenging and most difficult thing you guys, went through?
Oh, most difficult thing? Oh my God. We did break up one time, like 2.5 years in. That was probably the most difficult thing.
And how was it challenging for you?
It was just like I love her. You know what I'm saying? It was rough for me, and so we ended up working it out and getting back together. So it was short-lived. It wasn't that long.
So let me ask you a question. For someone that's actually in a process of breaking up with someone they love, how do you actually win that person over again?
Basically, just say, "Hey, I'm getting better," and then try to make things work out. And she said, "Oh, I've been trying to work on myself too," and then just kind of like, "Hey, let's try it again and see."
So when it comes to when he was trying to, make it up to you because he broke up, he made a bad decision, what did he do that kind of won you over?
He bought me a new laptop.
Okay, so it's money then. You gotta buy some stuff.
No.
But outside the laptop.
No, he was consistent. He was genuinely honest in his pursuit. And we broke up for like personal reasons, not because of like infidelity or anything like that.
No, I love that. So let me ask you a question. For someone that's watching this, they're going through a challenging breakup and they want to win the person, but the other person's not receiving that. What would you tell them to do?
Let go.
Say it again?
Let go. It depends on the situation.
You can't force it if the other person isn't receiving what you're trying to get back together. So I would definitely
Pray about
say.
it.
Say it again?
I pray about it. Ask God if that's the person that you're meant to be with.
What do you think about people having opinions out there in the marketplace?
I think it's like you were saying, I think it's good for everybody to have an opinion on something, but social media is making everybody an expert in everything. So like the Israel-Hamas stuff, you can listen to both sides and you can hear both sides out. Whether you think one side's clearly wrong or one side's clearly right, I have an opinion on that, but I'm not an expert on it. So my main thing is people posting stories and everything, and nobody's going to change each other's minds, right? On Instagram and posting stories on Instagram, that's not changing my mind. That's not changing your mind. So I think like people are so caught up in their own, bullshit opinions sometimes, and it's not always good for people to have a platform. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this. Do you think that people should have their own opinion about certain concepts and certain ideas, or do you think that everyone should be thinking the same in your opinion?
No, I don't think everyone should be thinking the same. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion and, forming the same ideas. But at the same time, everyone can form an opinion with, knowledge that might not be true, accurate, and go act as an expert posting, X, Y, Z. And everybody's, got the right answers now, and everybody's a genius, and, you can't get in an argument with people on social media. It's like beating a dead wall, beating a dead horse. So, I don't know, what do you think's acceptable? Like, what draws the line for you,
So this is how I think about it. This is the first time someone asked me an interview while we're actually, an interview asked me a question, but this is my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
There's the left, there's the right, and there's the middle, which is the truth. So I like to look at the left side, I like to look at the right side.
Yep.
And either or can be right. They can both be wrong, they can both be right, or vice versa, right? But there's always that truth. So I like to chase the truth versus chasing opinions, because opinions are like buttholes. Everyone got one. Right now we have amazing questions and amazing answers. So listen, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a solid, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like, comment. If you want us to ask some more questions, let us know. But we got some more people to talk to. Let's go. Let me ask you a question. What is it like dating men in Miami?
A nightmare.
Why?
I feel like the men here, it's all like short-term fun. Like nobody wants a committed relationship. Everyone just kind of wants a situationship. They want to keep their options open. Miami's a big like party club scene, so if you actually want something serious, I feel like it's really hard.
Interesting. Why do you think the guys don't want to commit to girls these days?
Well, I mean, on both sides, men and women nowadays are trash. Modern day women are trash. But men in this day and age are trash too. I feel like men are just very feminine nowadays, which women don't like, but also like women are very masculine, they're very entitled, they're very rude. And I honestly don't think many modern day women have much to bring to the table. So I feel like that's why men don't want to commit to a lot of women either.
Why do you think men are beta males in your opinion? Like what do they do to make them beta or feminine?
I don't know, I feel like society now, especially in like Western culture, is pushing more and more that like men should be like soft and feminine and cry and express their emotions and this and that, and they're teaching women to be more masculine and teaching them to, like go get their own money, they don't need a man, fuck men, all this and that. I feel like we're losing sight of like the nuclear family, like the traditional family, and that's what's making women more masculine and men a little bit more feminine.
That's amazing. So let me ask you a question. For guys that are watching this or girls that are watching this, how can a man be more masculine? How can a girl be more feminine to actually bring that nuclear family together?
Women, I feel like it's not a bad thing to submit to a man, but not to any man. Like, it has to be a man that you trust to, like, lead you, lead your family, lead your children one day, make good decisions for you guys. If it's a man that you fully trust in, then submitting to him is honestly not a bad thing. And, like, wanting to be a mom, I think that's the most, like, amazing thing ever. And men, like, do not be doing anything for any girl. A lot of these girls, like, they expect so much, but they're literally gonna do absolutely nothing in return for you. Like, women on dating apps will literally just, like, pretend to be interested in you to go to an expensive dinner and expect, like, carbone on a first date or something. And, like, honestly, every man can't afford that, so you need to figure out, like, what your value is, because truth be told, like, every woman thinks they deserve a high value man, but they sure as shit do not. And I don't know, men, I would say, like, don't be a pushover, be dominant, but also be caring and loving to a woman that you respect and like. That's like a big turn on, is when men are like dominant and aggressive, but also like soft and loving, like with you.
How long have you guys been together?
Since the summer. We started in September. Was it September? July.
I'm not going to get you in trouble, don't worry. So let me ask you guys a question. What has been the most challenging thing you guys have been through in a relationship so far?
Yeah, the microphone is on me. Okay. The distance. I'm from London, he's living here, so the distance would be the most challenging thing.
For someone that's actually in a long-term relationship, long distance, what are 3 tips you would tell them to make it actually really, really work out when they actually get together in person?
Main 3 points for me would be communication is key, honesty, and also understanding.
She hit the nail on the head. Everything she said, completely the same. So trust, honesty, transparency, communication, but communication is the most critical part.
So do you recommend someone that's actually in the beginning stages of dating, knowing they're going to be in a long-distance relationship, go forward with that relationship?
It really depends on what you're looking for out of life, where you are, what stage you are in your life. If you're young, it might be more challenging, but if you're 30 plus and you've been through certain situations, you've been through certain tribulations, trials, and you say, hey, I'm at this point in my life, it's worth making this commitment, then it could work.
If you had a chance to make $1 million a year, but you have to scam people, would you do it?
Did I have to scam people?
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't do it.
Why not?
Privacy.
Explain.
I don't like being scanned, so I wouldn't scan anybody else.
What if you didn't break the law, but it would ethically and morally not be right?
Nope, wouldn't do it.
Why not?
Karma.
I love it.
The universe repays itself every time.
I love it. So let me ask you a question. For those people that are doing things the wrong way, what would you tell them?
Stay focused, have morals, and your day is coming, as long as you're doing right.
So let me ask you this. Why do you think most people that are trying to become successful are always looking for that shortcut and do things the wrong way, in your opinion?
Nobody appreciates the journey. They only appreciate the destination. You got to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't skip from 1 to 10 because your journey is what you're going to tell everybody else you worked hard for. If you go from 1 to 10, you got nothing to talk about. It's too quick.
I love that. Where did you learn this mindset?
Hard times.
Really?
Yep.
So let me ask you a question. What is the one thing you learned about your hard times and your the hard times and the tribulations that you had in your life?
Stay down till you come up and stay true to yourself. Watch your back and always guard your front because you never know what's coming.
What do you do for work?
I do corporate strategy and data analysis.
I love it. So let me ask you a question. What is the toughest thing about your job?
Waking up in the morning and doing it.
Why is that so hard?
No, I'm kidding. The toughest thing on my job is, so there's no set parameters how to do things. Or every day we're trying to figure out how to do new things. So yeah, every day is just problem solving.
So do you deal with a lot of people on a daily basis or more on the computer side?
Both. So people and computers.
So what has been the toughest challenge about dealing with other people?
That they're people and you have to deal with them. No, and people are different. People have different characters. They have different things that trigger them and they don't. And then they have different ways of understanding things. And one thing you have to be very good at is communicating, making sure that what you're trying to say is what they understood and not assuming and making an ass of you and myself.
I love this. So what are 3 tips for someone to get better in communication?
Communication. One is be understanding, and the second one is be a student. Always see people as that you can learn from them and you don't know everything. And then the third one is just be empathetic, man. We all have our lives, we all have bad days and everything like that. If you have those 3 things, you're definitely going to succeed in life.
And how did you become a great communicator? Like, how did you learn how to do that to become effective at your job?
Talking to people and then understanding. So basically communicating with people how I would like people to communicate with me. Just be empathetic, man. If you're that, and then you definitely succeed on anything.
When you say the word empathetic, what does that mean? Because some people, they hear that word, oh yeah, I'm empathetic, but they're really not. So what does it mean to you to be empathetic?
It means, so for me, what it means to be empathetic is just to understand that the other person across is a human being. They're like you. They have problems, they have insecurities, they have bad days, and they have good days like you. And they also have ego as well. So understanding that, and then just giving a point across that you're not here to compete with anybody, you're just here to work together. Teamwork, that's it. That's all you need.
Listen, we had an amazing time today shooting content, asking questions, getting amazing answers, and so far we've been having amazing reviews from you guys. So do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We need your support. We're trying to get to 100,000 plus subscribers right now. We're doing amazing on Instagram and TikTok, but for some reason on YouTube, we need your support, we need your help. So until next time, see you guys in the next video.